Massive Jamal Murray leap incoming this season. The Denver Nuggets finally beat the Timberwolves last night in their first matchup this season, which took amazing performances from Jamal Murray, Peyton Watson, and Tim Hardaway Jr., not to forget Nikola Jokić, and we'll be talking about all of those players and more in today's video. Before we do, hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Subscribe to the Nuggets Digest channel and join our Nuggets Digest community. We are really enjoying seeing all of your comments, interacting with you. So if you hit the subscribe button, we'll keep making these videos. So hit the subscribe button, stay up to date on all things Denver Nuggets, and join the Nuggets Digest community. So last night versus the Timberwolves, we were coming into the game with no Anthony Edwards playing. And if the Denver Nuggets didn't win, I might have had a heart attack. I was very anxious for this game, very curious to see how the Denver Nuggets approach this game. And in the first quarter, it was a good battle. There was definitely a lot going on. They started very quickly, started right out of the chute, playing very well. Then we move on to the second quarter where the Denver Nuggets seriously struggled. After halftime, Jamal Murray came out and was absolutely nuclear. He went off for 23 points. 23 points. Let me show you his shooting chart. I have it pulled up. Here it is. In the third quarter, he played 12 minutes, 23 points, 2 assists, and was a plus 18. He was 7 of 12 and 4 for 7 from 3, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Here's his shooting chart. He was incredible to watch. There was this three-pointer here on the right-hand side that was one of my favorite shots I've ever seen Jamal Murray take. He came right off of a screen, just went straight up into his shot, and it was poetry. It was beautiful. He was on fire, and it took all of his points to demoralize the Timberwolves. After that, after the third quarter, the Denver Nuggets mostly dominated into the fourth quarter and won this game eventually. And thank goodness they did. All of last season, the Denver Nuggets did not beat the Minnesota Timberwolves. This time they won 127-114. All I can say is what a great start to this season. And this leap from Jamal Murray was amazing to watch. We know Jamal Murray is clutch. He comes in at the correct times. But last year, he seemed to be lacking that power, so to speak, that he had in the other seasons before. But last night, he was there. The blue arrow was back. He was being so just on point on everything that he needed to do. There was a few times in especially the second quarter that I thought he was dribbling too much, shooting too many shots, but it's all worth it when it comes around. I complain and my husband says, just wait. And Jamal Murray almost always proves. So this season, what he needs to do to be an all-star, because he's never been an all-star. Every season I come in thinking it's his chance. This is his chance. This is the one. I know he's going to be an all-star this season. All he needs to do is play enough games and be consistent. The start of the season, he has been incredible. Keep that consistency going and play in enough games. Be healthy enough, which it seems like he is. He hasn't seemed like he has any health problems so far. I know we're only 3 games into the season, which definitely could change, but Anthony Edwards was out with a sore hamstring. Jamal Murray, this is his season to be an all-star. I also did a little digging and found that last year on all of the all-stars, they averaged 21.7 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 6.7, reverse that, 4.7 assists and 6.7 rebounds. So, in my mind, Jamal Murray can get those statistics, and if he is consistent enough, I think a lot of his not being an all-star has come through the storyline behind him that he only shows up in the playoff. He's only playoff Murray. It's not the playoffs right now and he's showing up. He's the reason why the Nuggets are winning games. Here we go. This is when Jamal Murray is going to make a massive leap and he is going to be an all-star this season. Speaking of that, another player that had a huge leap last night, Peyton Watson. He had been a bit disappointing throughout the whole season. I mean, the 2 games previously hadn't done much, but last night Peyton Watson came in and was incredible. Let me show you. He was a plus 14. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Peyton Watson is back. He was 2 of 2 from the 3-point line and 4 of 6. Peyton Watson, they needed every ounce of energy and effort that he gave, and that was a reason why the Denver Nuggets won. The 3-pointers that he made, both of them were from the left-hand corner. He was wide open, and the Nuggets needed them to go in, and he put them in. Peyton Watson is coming for a huge leap this season. It's his season to really prove to the Denver Nuggets who he is as a player and if he should stay on the Denver Nuggets, and to other teams that he can be an amazing defensive player and do what he needs to get done on offense. Another player, as you can see here, Tim Hardaway Jr. I have been not the biggest fan of Tim Hardaway Jr. so far, knowing that he is such a streaky player. But y'all, when he is on, and it is so fun to watch. I thought every shot he was taking was going to go in, and he was a plus 25. 4 of 6 from the 3-point line, 7 of 11, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Once again, the Denver Nuggets have been elite at free throw shooting, gotten to the line, and made their free throws. Tim Hardaway Jr. last night was just, the streakiness of him is stressful. But like I said, when he's on, and it is by far more exciting to watch than any other bench player that the Denver Nuggets have had in the recent seasons. Speaking of bench players, the Nuggets defense has really struggled so far this season, but their offense has carried the bench and the starters. Cam Johnson last night had a rough game. He was in foul trouble and just, quite honestly, never looked like he belonged on the court. I think he was having some struggles, maybe some offensive struggles, some defensive struggles. Like I said, got in foul trouble early, was pretty chippy with the refs, and just never really showed up for the game. So that caused Tim Hardaway Jr. and Peyton Watson to have more chances, and they really stepped up on offense. The defense is where the Nuggets are really struggling. They're trying new strategies from David Adelman. They have a new zone that they're doing, and it works and has a lot of energy and a lot of effort. But the defense has really been struggling, and the offense has been carrying the Denver Nuggets. My question is, can it carry them through a whole season? That's what they've done before. That's how they won the championship. The Denver Nuggets have never had the best defense in the league. But I really wish they could. And that is another leap that I hope comes as the season goes on, that they can take the strategies that David Adelman is implementing and make a defense that is solid. Make a defense that can get stops. That was a struggle in the game last night, and turnovers have also been a struggle for top down the Denver Nuggets, making some silly mistakes at crucial times, which has only caused them to lose one game versus the Warriors the last 2 games. Suns didn't really, the Denver Nuggets were going to win that game. But last night, those turnovers and that inability to get defensive stops every once in a while didn't affect their win. But in other games in the West especially, that's going to make a huge impact. So those are the 2 things I'd say that the Denver Nuggets need leaps with. Defense and cleaning up their offense, not turning the ball over at silly and inopportune times. Let me know what your thoughts are moving forward with the next games. The next game is versus the Pelicans. So let me know what you think. What do the Denver Nuggets need to improve before that game? Thanks for watching, and until next time, go Nuggets.